Attention first-year MBA candidates, it's crunch time. That's right, application deadlines for summer internship opportunities at McKinsey, Bain, and BCG are right around the corner. Before I share specific application deadlines with you, I want to share 3 key tips to keep in mind as you prepare to apply. I'll cover 1 tip on networking, give you 1 tip on the resume, and 1 tip on the cover letter. Let's dive in. Networking. It truly is the great equalizer. And whether you're off the beaten path at a non-target school or at a core school for MBB, it matters. Make sure you network at your target level, so post-MBA associate or consultant, depending on the firm, inside of your target offices. Networking is critical to ensure that folks at the firm can put a face with the name. It truly is a round zero interview. It's incredibly difficult to get an interview for a top consulting firm without first networking and proving yourself in that process. So do yourself a favor. If you haven't networked yet, start today. Here's our second tip, focused on the resume. MBA candidates, you want to make sure your resume is impact-oriented. What does that mean? Your resume is not there to highlight any subject matter expertise that you may possess, but it's there to highlight your transferable skills and how you've used those skills to drive impact in every setting that you've been. A couple of key tips. Make sure that each bullet point on the resume includes transferable skills. These transferable skills include conducting quantitative or qualitative analysis, leading teams, managing budgets, managing clients, and more. Second, you want to make sure that you draw a direct line between your skills and the specific metric impact that you've achieved. If a bullet point doesn't include the impact of your skills in action, it's not complete. If a bullet point doesn't include at least 1 metric, it's not complete. Our third and final tip is on the cover letter. Now, more and more firms are making submitting a cover letter optional in the application process. If a particular firm has made the cover letter optional, it will not hurt you not to submit one. However, it can help you if you submit a good one. Here at Management Consulted, we tell our clients all the time, if you have an opportunity to shine, take it. Don't leave it on the table. So, if you have the time to craft a good cover letter, submit one, even if it's optional. Here's what makes a cover letter submission worthy. First, it includes stories on 2 of your most impressive accomplishments. The cover letter is not meant to be a rehash of the resume, but rather it's meant to be a deep dive into a couple of your most impressive experiences, highlighting in story form the context of a problem you faced, the specific actions you took, and the corresponding results. Second, the cover letter acts as a writing sample. One of the few skills that consulting firms will not teach you is the ability to clearly and concisely communicate in written form. You must possess that skill coming into the job. The cover letter highlights that you can communicate clearly and concisely at an executive level. Finally, the cover letter exists to highlight to the firm that you will be a good cultural fit. In the cover letter, you're answering the hypothetical question, why the firm? The best possible way to answer that question is to reference a networking conversation that you've had with someone at the firm. How do you know you're going to fit into the culture at Bain Dallas? Because you've talked to someone from Bain Dallas and you know what life is like in that office at that firm. You have an understanding of the culture. You have an understanding of the ethos. You have an understanding of the core values that underpin that particular firm and office's culture. In short, the cover letter is a great chance to name drop. As you're answering the question, why Bain, or why McKinsey, or why BCG, you want to make sure that you highlight conversations you've had with folks at those firms. This is really where your cover letter gets tailored for the particular firm. You don't need 7 different cover letters for 7 different applications. You need 1 cover letter that has 7 different why the firm paragraphs. Okay, now that we've covered networking, resume, and the cover letter, let's get to these application deadlines. The application deadline for McKinsey is November 16th. Now, this application deadline does not apply to all core schools. Click the link in the show notes to see if your program has a different deadline than this general application deadline. The general application deadlines for both Bain and BCG are December 1st. But again, they have different deadlines for some core schools. Click the link in the show notes to see what the specific deadline is for your program. No matter where you're applying or where you're in school, we wish you the best of luck this application season. If you want to work with our expert team to put your best foot forward, grab an editing package today. Over the course of 2 rounds of line-by-line edits, our team will go through and reword, restructure, and reformat your resume and your cover letter. We'll cut what's not relevant and we'll build upon what is. By the end of our editing process, you'll have a transformed set of documents ready for any application. In addition, the editing package comes with a 30-minute one-on-one coaching session. We can use this session to help you build a networking strategy or to get a head start on your case prep. You can learn more and purchase through the link in the show notes. And if you're on a tight deadline, add the 48-hour turnaround option to your package at checkout, and we'll make sure we get you your docs back before your deadline. So now it's time for you to prepare for these fast approaching application deadlines. Prepare your resume, prepare your cover letter, and make sure you've networked at every firm you're applying for. As always, we're here to help. Reach out to us at team@managementconsulted.com.